How is it translating a manifesto into government policy once you win election, and how can that help us in making a decision, looking at especially the main two formations, looking at their documents versus what is practical?
Well, I think the beginning point is that the two manifestos, I'm sure, are likely to take a lift on the Vision 2030, because that is the highway the country has taken for the last couple of years. The challenge will be the style. You may say it differently, but you mean the same thing. Well, I know my other colleagues, they are talking of bottom-up. And on our side as MIO, we are talking of addressing the vulnerable of our society and ensuring that we have one product in every county for purposes of specialization and zoning of the country for productivity. The second issue is that, yes, you've told us that the following will be done. But the issue is how. Are you telling us for the purpose of public mobilization, or are you telling us because you are clear on how you want to achieve the ultimate goal of ensuring that every Kenyan has money in his pocket? The third issue is that I'm happy that at least this campaign has been more issue-oriented. Of course, a bit of side shows here and there, but it has been issue-oriented largely because people are addressing issues affecting Kenyans, whether it's the economy, whether there is, of course, inflation, whether it is unemployment. All these raft of issues are issues that are affecting Kenyans every day. The most important thing is, as they say in English, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. It's in the eating. At the end of the 5 years, whoever wins will be able to demonstrate to us that they meant what they said. And whoever will not have won will have also spent 5 years telling us we would have done this had we been given a chance, but you gave somebody else a chance who has no capacity to perform. That is the political contestation. Okay. My prayer is that let us listen to both sides and make decisions based on what is practical and what is believable.
Right. I asked you that question because you are very instrumental, or you were there anyway, in 2002 as NARC came to power.
Yes.
But also you've had the advantage of being in Kenya Kwanza as well as Azimio at different times.
Yep.
But when you focus back on 2002, there are many things that are working for your movement, whether it's the wave, the fatigue with the KANU era. But what won you the vote? Is it the manifesto or the wave? But ultimately, when you go to government,
yep,
how difficult or easy was it to translate the manifesto to real programs?
Well, we were believable as a team. And many Kenyans saw those of us, not only those in the summit, the 8 of us, but the rest of the team members, we were believable as a team. And when we took over, there was a lot of goodwill from Kenyans, and they gave us their taxes. Remember, we were operating a budget where 96% of the budget was domestically sourced. 6% was from revenue from partners, development partners, for quite a number of years before we started borrowing here and there. So there was that believability. And the second issue, which I think was very important, is the issue of the leadership. President Kibaki allowed each and every entity to run their affairs without interference. The major challenge, and this is what I see, is that some of the leaders may not allow entities to operate, may not allow their ministers to operate. They will be doing micromanagement. The third issue, which is also critical, yes, there was graft during the Kibaki period, but it was to a limited extent. And any time you are found to be in trouble, Kibaki never saw in your direction. It never created problems for anybody, but it never removed anybody from trouble. That's why a number of my colleagues were sent home. Some came back, like the Honorable Kiraitu. Some never managed to come back because there was that challenge that, yes, If we are accused of corruption, let the institutions operate to the full extent. So that is part of the reason that there was a bit of discipline in Kibaki 1.
Right.
Kibaki 2, there was still a bit of that carryover discipline. Well, the rest is history.
Okay.